Well, hello Internet. Today is a high gust day. A slight break between the cold front and now, and I noticed that some of the windows are just weeping a little bit. So I've got some designs for that. First off, good old-fashioned water Thomson seal. So I'm going to paint the insides of the windows to shoo the water away. I notice mostly that if the rain is blowing straight at the windows, that's when I see it. If the rain's blowing away from the windows, then of course it seems to be fine. So in addition, I have a couple of things of silicone that I'm going to get up. It's about 48, 50 degrees, so not optimal to do this, but in 3 days I have a lot of rain coming, a couple 3 or 4 inches supposedly. We'll see. That's typical. So I'm going to also chase around. If I get some time, I'll fix the stained glass window I broke. We'll see. And lastly, I have some Flexseal. I've had all these out in the sun, so they should be warming up. Now, I thought I had 2 cans of this. I only have 1 can. So originally, I was going to coat 100% around the edges. Here's the door. I was also going to coat that. But I'll start with the Flexseal around the big window over here. So I'm actually working on drywall, but I figured now's a good time to do that. So I hope to get this window Thomson sealed and coated, that door frame Thomson sealed and coated. This picture window will be first since I know it does leak, and then lastly those 2 on the end have some work. They're still in draft mode, so maybe I'll have time to fix those as well. We'll find out. It needs some a sill plate and some other works, odds and ends. And but let me go ahead and set up and get working on the big picture window for now, and we'll see how far I get and whether or not the replacement window came in, so perhaps I can get that done as well. Let's see if I can get that screen out of there while my fingers are dirty with caulk. I got everything caulked up. Now let's just see if I can get in there. Now that screen shouldn't be that hard, but I trimmed and I wasn't paying attention, and I put that header piece over the top of the screen, which removed my gap. Let's see if I can even get it out of there. Now let me share things I didn't do right, but I'm gonna fix it right now. So I turned these windows sideways. But notice these windows are cut for, I believe that's probably a drain. But I'm telling you, water will run in and beat up in there and come around. And then notice where I have the screw heads. There's a screw head there. It's hard to see. I hope you can see it. Those need to be caulked. Because if the window's left open and the rain comes in and fills this, then it finds those and goes in. Additionally, when I finish the trim up, I see that I finished the trim up around the screen, and now the screen is so tight that I can't get it out and clean the window very easily. So that's a mess up on my part. You don't want to have to remove trim. Anyway, keep your eye on those little details, those kind of things that happen to you, because I do need to clean these windows, you see there, and I'll need to keep cleaning those. So my solution is going to be to saw a little bit off that screen so that I can get it in and out. But if I would have kept my eye on it, I wouldn't have had to do that, and or make my own screen to put in there. So, but let me get that. I'll also show you another place where this is. This is the window is in my office where my bedroom is. See, it also has these, and then it has the screw heads that are exposed. Now that will make it easy for somebody to replace this window. Undo these screw heads all the way around it. This window will pull right out, and a new window can go in. Now I'm expecting 200 years out of a window. I don't know if that's crazy, but that's what I'm expecting. Anyway, it has 2 of these slots. I'm going to caulk those right now with silicone. So I got lucky with that, in that I'll be able to, with a chisel, and just carefully scrape it. Now that I've got the screen out, I can carefully scrape around that, clearance it enough where that's not as hard as it was, but it did come out in one piece. I didn't have to cut it up into bits, and if I just do a little woodwork, that'll be fine. But you know, there we go, fixing your mistakes so nobody knows. But here I am keeping a video journal so everybody knows. So I don't know, it's all out there in the open for me, no hidden secrets. So I've been caulking around this with clear. It goes on, it looks white, but it's slowly turning clear. I got this last window to do right there, and but I've done all the way around. I've done the top. The butanol on the top, because I didn't get it covered right away, is beginning to check, and that's got me a little worried. The Flexseal, I suppose, would do the same thing. Now, I'm not going to spray the Flexseal after all, because the white coating that's over the top of the butanol is already flaking off. If I Flexseal on it, it's just all going to come off. So if I get time between now and when the rain comes in 3 days, I'll wire brush all those. And it's just so much hard work. Building a house is so much hard work. And then I will Flexseal all that. But I'm going to finish caulking, and then I'm going to put Thomson's WaterSeal on there. So at the very least, it'll shoo away the water. That spot that's open right there, I'm going to do a herringbone pattern with cedar and mesquite in there, and it'll be hand carved. So I've got 2 of those that'll do that, and it'll look amazing. So but the only thing I need to do is get it done inside and make sure these windows are watertight for the winter. And they're not watertight. They weep just a little bit. I don't want them to weep zero. And so I'll keep working on that while the sun's still out. It's cold and gusty, but with this radiant heat off of the Connex, it's clearly in the 70s right there next to the thing. It's comfortable to me. So let me go ahead and finish the caulk on the last window. In fact, the caulk still looks good. The silicone looks fine. There wasn't a single pinhole or break in it, so I don't have to do that. So that's really good. Now for the winter, I could put up plastic over the top of that, and I've done that before. It just looks so broke down. I don't want, you know, I'm slowly getting this place where it looks like a home instead of a build site, and I don't want to take a step back through the winter and do that. So maybe I'll skip to making the storm windows on here and get that done. The storm window goes over each and every one of the stained glass. Again, that's to keep the wind gust if a pressure comes from busting it. That one is double pane hurricane rated. So they're all good Anderson windows in here, with the exception of the handmade mortised out spots for the stained glass, which I did. So let me go ahead and finish those up. So what I've decided to do with the Flexseal, I only have 1 can. I thought I had 2 cans, but one was actually rust preventative, not Flexseal. I'm going to spray the top of all of the lintels on all the windows, and then the corner ends, and maybe a little bit around that side. That way, as the water hits the top, it won't find a crack in the wood and follow that down. And I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do the door. I'm going to do that stained glass. And if I get enough, I'll do, this is still all in rough state, I'll do both of those. So let me go ahead and do that. I won't take you up there. It's real windy, and it'd be hard to hold the camera while I do this. But you all can watch me from down here. If I fall, call 911. If I fall, call 911. Y'all got my back. In addition, I don't know, you know, if the nozzle will stick. We'll find out together. And then we could cut the boat, we could cut the house in half and see if it will, if it'll float. My Flexseal is supposed to do that. We'll find out together. Now, people might ask, why am I willing to do that? It's because, and I did overspray a little bit there, earth bag's going to go on it. So there'll be a layer of earth bag that'll come over it, you know, an 1/8 inch, and then there'll be a layer of plaster that will probably be stabilized with cement that'll go over that. I'm not sure about the plaster yet. I might use an elastomeric plaster. We'll see. I might even hire that done because they can get it done in a day or two, or it'd take me a whole season. But it doesn't matter because nobody will see the sides of this wood. Well, that's why I'm willing to do this. In fact, that works so good, I'm going to use it when I cut oak trees. I'm going to go order this now and just spray it on. That's better than anything like that I've used. Let me chase the rest of this. I might put you on stop motion for the rest of this since you're not really just able to see what I'm doing. But just real sloppily, I'm spraying that along the edge of the butanol. Any checking or cracking I'm getting, any boards that have cracks in it I'm getting. And what I want is the water when it hits that just to go and shed off. Plus I'm going along the edges, and then I'll do a Thomson WaterSeal on that. Where I overspray, I'll just use a wire brush. Nobody will notice it. You won't even notice it. So 2 cans would have been perfect. I'm at the end. I'm going to run over real quick and do a little bit on that, and then I know I'll run out. But 1 can did a big picture window and then the door, as well as the lintels and the uprights. So, you know, I'm going to get clear silicone, and I'm going to finish chasing the inside where you won't see it. And hopefully with this big rain that's supposed to have high gust, I won't have rain coming in sideways. We'll find out. I haven't had a big rain, so we'll find. I've been 2 years of drought, so we'll all find out together. Let me go ahead and do that final one. I wish I would have had more, but I didn't, you know. My horses are up for dinner time, so it is dinner. So once I get this done, feed them, I'm going to caulk it and then head in to eat. So I didn't get any drywall done at all today, nor did I get out the drone. I was going to fly the drone. It takes a lot to set it up and get it going, so I didn't get around to that. I'm charging it. Let me finish this. All right, well, I'll probably mix this up as of one video, but just know I'm going to get another 2 cans of Flexseal and go around them again. That particular header had a big crack in it on the top, and I know the water is going to get in there. So I'll definitely top that all the way off with caulk and or Flexseal and or both. But the rest of them only had your basic checking, but I still want to get in there and spray that off so the water doesn't ooze into the house. I need 2 more cans. I live in a rural area. Everything closes, everything closes. So it might be a tomorrow project. I'll see if I can get into town before they close. The horses are asking for food though, so I don't know. We'll find out. This is probably one video here, so I'll tell you to like, subscribe, follow me along. I'll make those storm windows in another video, and just know I'm going to finish the Flexseal step on all of these. All right, this is Steve at 1000 Year Homes. Like, subscribe, follow me along. You boys hungry? Want your lunch, your dinner? All right, get to your spots. Hank, old Hank, get to your spot, please. Thank you. Like your OGs. Huh? Well, now that I got them fed, I can go get me fed.